Hello everyone, Coach Dave here, and I'm excited to show you guys something completely new from Thrustmaster. This is something you've all been asking for, me more than most of you, I'm probably guessing. It's a new set of pedals. Now, it was about 1.5 years ago when I got in contact. I was introduced to someone at Thrustmaster called Eric. I let him sit in my car and everything at Nürburgring sprint race. And from then on, we started to develop a relationship. I actually ended up swapping out my steering wheel and pedal set, which I'd previously been using for a Thrustmaster set, and I ended up keeping that Thrustmaster set on my rig. And eventually, we started to discuss where I would maybe become an ambassador for Thrustmaster. But one of my main conditions was I would only do it if I could be involved in the development of a new set of load cell pedals for Thrustmaster. And they agreed. That wasn't easy, but they did agree. And they're finally ready. They're finally ready to be launched. I suspect that they are already going to be starting to ship quite soon. And here they are. Let me get them for you. Ladies and gentlemen, the new Thrustmaster T-LCMs. No, those aren't them. These are the old ones. All right, T-LCM. Now, these things are heavy. They seriously proper piece of kit. When I first saw the photos, like before they sent me a prototype, I thought like, I wasn't so convinced on the design. But when I opened the box and tried to pull them out, I was like, holy, these things are quite solidly built. Here is like the spring action and everything from the brake pedal. This is the main focus, obviously. I mean, the throttle and the clutch, they feel much more solid than previous Thrustmaster pedals, but it's the brake pedal which we've all wanted to get fixed, because previously the brake pedal felt more like a throttle pedal. So there are different kinds of springs that we'll get into in a second. There's different kind of leverage spaces that you can use as well to change the angle of the pedals, but I've pretty much run them standard, but I did change the springs. So I've got a stiff spring at the top, and then the medium rank springs going down, and this to me so far has provided the best feeling when I get on the brake pedal. You've got a little metal base here. I mean, not much to say there. This was actually something which I spoke to them about, where I wanted it to be a bit smoother so that if I did decide to use my racing shoes, I could actually glide over this easier. So that's been tweaked a little bit. There's two cables that you can insert into here, and one of them can either go into the computer or you can plug them directly into your steering wheel. And that's for those of you who don't have a PC and you want to run it directly to the steering wheel, you can do that now. So in the prototype version, that was not possible. The pedals themselves are metal. This is not cheap plastic. I can tell you now, this is a proper piece of kit, so this is not going to break anytime soon. And I'm actually been quite impressed with the build quality of this thing. So that's worth mentioning. But let's get into further detail about the product itself.
Included in the box are a bunch of springs, color-coded for their stiffness ranking, the white ones being the softest. This is actually the stiffest one, and I use that in my pedal set. There's also some spacers that you can add to the brake pedal, which help with the stiffness, but also can reduce the travel, so just be aware of that. And then there's this gray spring, which is sort of the medium strength one, and what the pedals arrive with as standard. Also included, we got these spacers which you can put in the pedals to make them a little bit more upright. They do come with a slight angle out the box, which I actually prefer. So as you'll see here, there is a slight inclination to the pedals, but I like this angle given the way that they sit on my rig. It's actually quite comfortable. And then just looking here at the springs, you'll see that I run the stiffer red spring at the top with the softer medium rank spring at the bottom. And this just helps with the flexibility and the feeling that I get under braking relative to what I feel in real life. But at the end of the day, I think you want to know how they feel, and the good news is really good. I'm not going to make any comparisons to other pedals, but I can say that I've been consistently using these for a couple of months now, from the prototypes to these final finished product, and I got to say I'm a really big fan. Since the latest version arrived with the new spring setup, this has given me the most satisfaction with these pedals. I have a really nice feeling when I get on the brakes. I can modulate much more, and it's also greatly improved my experience in games such as iRacing and Assetto Corsa Competizione, where trail braking is so important. The good news is that these obviously work with Gran Turismo Sport really well. In fact, it did take a little bit of adapting, if I'm honest, because in Gran Turismo you kind of just slam the brakes, But once I got used to it, I struggled to go back to the previous Thrustmaster pedals. So overall, I think a massive improvement. To end off, I just wanted to give you the crazy affordable prices on these pedals. There was a couple of rumors going around that they'd be as high as $300, but that's not the case. You're looking at 199 euros, $199 or 179 pounds, which I think is actually really competitive for a set of pedals that are frankly this good. For those of you who purchase these pedals, I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy them. Have fun and let me know your feedback in the comments. Until the next one, I'll catch you around the next lap. Peace.
Sorry. Let me just go put those over here. That's awkward. Wait. Where are they?